want some fries and chicken. A side of biscuit, that ain't enough for me. I want a number 3, straight out that oven, nobody get nothing from me. Man, I just want something to eat. All of that chicken look juicy, I want me a piece. Put it in the bucket for me.
All right.
Yeah, that's some necking, cause I don't want all of that grease.
Day 24 in the books. My name is Grady George, and I'm on a 40-day fast. If you've been following me, basically I'm kind of getting tired of these daily updates. And I'm having problems with my clips. So if you see a flashing dot in my eyeball, that's actually from my shitty chroma keying, not from my actual eye. Yeah, I'm kind of getting tired of doing the daily updates. Let me see if I can fix this on the fly a little bit. I mean, I had this ahead of time, but whatever. Whatever. But yeah, I'm kind of getting sick of doing the updates. Looking at food and shit like that is stuff I would be doing anyway, but, just talking about the fact that I'm on a fast, it's kind of getting to me. I don't like to think about it. I just kind of get up and start doing shit and try to keep it out of my mind. You know what I mean? And so I haven't, I've been awake a few hours, but I've kind of been, putting off doing the video for today. But here I am, yay. Let's get right into it. I eat a lot of pork and sauerkraut. That's something I make routinely, and I've eaten my whole life. I'll make it in a crock pot. I'll either use rib meat or pork butt. I don't find like a pork loin is good, but you just put the pork butt in a crock pot and put a couple jars of sauerkraut on it and let it cook 8 hours and serve that over some mashed potatoes. That's how I do it. But I noticed Sarah from Simply Sarah. She has a pork and sauerkraut bake. And I've not actually seen this video, so I'm going to view it for the first time today with you guys. Because I do like pork and sauerkraut a lot, and it's definitely something that, I'll be making again, And I wondered what a bake was, I've only had it really in the crock pot, so let's take a look here.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Simple Sarah. Today on the show, we're going to do a recap. This is an older video from 7 years ago. It's a pork chop, potato and kraut and carrot dish. So I'm going to do a better video on it because I was trying to do it one-handed. So I'm going to redo it. This is what we're having for dinner. Okay, you're going to take a baking dish, and then you're going to take you a baking bag. I recommend a baking bag. It keeps everything moist, keeps all the juices in.
See, I don't like cooking with baking bags. Something about cooking at high heat in plastic bothers me. I know a lot of people do. I've cooked with what do you call parchment paper, where you sort of I'll cook some fish up in that, and I'll trap it in the parchment paper. But I don't know, plastic bags, I don't like that. I know a lot of people use it in their crock pots too. I've never really had a hard time cleaning the crock pot. Everything comes off pretty good. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit.
You usually it's normal people usually use about 2 cloves worth. We love garlic, so we're going to put about 4, okay? 4 cloves of minced garlic. Or more. Just dump it all in.
Now already I can tell you, I don't put garlic, I don't put onions, I don't put any carrots or potatoes or any of that shit in my... In fact, I think that would be kind of weird, you know what I mean? Because everything would taste like the sauerkraut juice, you know what I mean? Like, I just do pork and sauerkraut, and then the sourness of the sauerkraut kind of plays off on the pork very nicely, and then the pork fat kind of, you know, offsets that sauerkraut sourness a bit, so that it just kind of becomes like a whole new flavors, and I really enjoy that. I don't know if I would like all these flavors in with the sauerkraut and the pork, but we'll see.
Okay, got my garlic in there.
Definitely not garlic. I couldn't imagine.
Now what we're going to do is kind of move some of this garlic around.
All right.
More. Okay. Okay, now you're going to put a whole thing of kraut, and I'm using the jarred from the Alma store with the juices. And it's 31 ounces. Okay?
Now I'll use a pork butt, and I'll use 2 jars, and then
Let's get it all down in here.
I won't do any of this shit.
All around.
And then I'll be eating on that for like 2 or 3 days.
Okay. Just kind of get all the kraut all put in there. Everywhere. Okay. Got our kraut in. Okay? Now, the secret to this is about a tablespoon apple cider vinegar. Okay? Just sprinkle it down there.
I question, there's so much vinegar in the sauerkraut, I question adding apple cider vinegar, but...
Okay? You can leave that out if you're not a vinegar person. Okay? Now that we got all our good stuff, you put your pork chops or pork loin. And I've got 6 big...
See, I would never use pork chop or a pork loin, because that's sort of like the drier white meat. I like a pork butt, and I like the rib meat, but rib meat is how we would normally do it, and then I would just, like, you know, the bones just come off. I would just take the bones off. That's the perfect kind of meat for me to enjoy with my pork and sauerkraut, but ribs have become kind of expensive nowadays, so I don't think it's worth, you know, for the size of, you know, for the price of a rack of ribs, I can get a pretty giant pork butt, and it has like way more meat and no bones, and it's like literally half the price. So
this is a pork loin. I've already seasoned both sides with salt and pepper. Be careful on the salt, because you know your kraut is salty. Salt and pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. Okay. Let me nestle this thing. And then we're going to put this little twisty tie it comes with, okay?
starting to look like you could just throw that out on the curb, man. You know what I mean?
And my hands are wet. Let me see if I can dry my hands a little bit. Pull on this. Pull it till it's secure. And then
I'm having flashbacks to when I didn't have a garbage disposal.
going to poke the excess of that down in there. So what your baking bag is holds all your juices in. And actually get your carrots and potatoes tender. Because I found out if you do this without a baking bag and put aluminum foil over the top, even in an hour, your potatoes are a little bit, I still got some bite to them, but your carrots still ain't done. So this is how to get it all nice, and some cornbread and some applesauce on the side. So I've got this
applesauce on the side with cornbread. All right, I don't know. I like cornbread with beans and shit, not with pork and sauerkraut. She's kind of losing me on this one. I do like her recipes generally, but let me try to find that. There's a part 2. Would have been nice if I did this ahead of time, right? Wrong. Where is it? You're killing me, Sarah. You're killing me with the way you do your videos, and you're killing me with your food. Because, first of all, your food probably is bad for me, but I also like it a lot, so... And I can't stop watching your videos, so, you know, there's a lot of ways. Oh my God, I just saw she has a Philly cheesesteak and meatloaf. Let me just check that out real quick.
Welcome back to video 2 of the Philly cheesesteak. I already remembered. Now you can do mozzarella if that's your thing. And we did some Parmesan cheese. Now I forgot to tell you I put a little bit of salt and pepper too in my mixture before we mixed everything together. So, and then I baked it another 10 minutes. And then I'll bring you up and then I'll show you. Look at that. Look at that.
That just looks like a meatloaf with a bunch of cheese on top. I wonder what makes it a Philly cheesesteak. Anyway, I guess I can watch that on my own time. Not like I'm doing a video right now of my own. See if I can find this. I didn't want to have to do this, but whatever. Here we go.
To video 2 of the pork sauerkraut bake. So let me show you what I did. Okay, it cooked for an hour and a half to make sure my carrots and potatoes got done. And remember, we had it in a bag, so I cut off the top with some scissors, let the steam coming out. Tested.
God, just nothing but bag, man.
With a knife.
There we go.
So, like, I'm going to serve mine tonight with some cornbread and applesauce. Cornbread especially because all the juices that came out of the sauerkraut and the pork make, since you got some little juice you can sop up with your cornbread.
I don't know. I would probably try that. I would probably not eat it with applesauce, but it's not something I don't think I would enjoy that, no. You know. Something that I think I would enjoy, that I keep getting ads, and I think it's because I keep craving Philly cheesesteaks, and I think doing these videos, my computer knows, and I keep getting these ads, but this looks pretty interesting to me.
It's the only time you can. Savory steak and bacon, grilled cheese sounds like a great plan. Wow, kids are
some kind of bacon steak sandwich It kind of looks like Philly cheesesteak, basically. And it's got some kind of zesty sauce on it.
Online or really me. Sonic steak and bacon grilled cheese.
Sonic.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like the spicy has jalapenos on it, which I enjoy. I would take either one, but my thing is, I don't really like a lot of Sonic's food. I do like their chili cheese tater tots, and I will add onion to those. It's one of my favorite fast food items, you know. And I'll just go there and get tater tots and a Coke. Their burgers fucking suck. Their hot dogs are a hot dog. I mean, there's better hot dog places if you want a hot dog or a footlong or something. We have James Coney Island here in my area. And when I'm craving a hot dog, I'll go down there, get the Hungry Man Texan. That's 2 chili cheese dogs with some tater tots, chili cheese tater tots, and also onion on the tots. And those are fucking good. I'll probably do a James Coney Island video because it's a place that it's kind of nasty. And their food's kind of nasty too, but like every once in a while, you just want to eat some, and you know, I'll like it, and then I'll get the creeps afterwards, you know. So yeah, it's a complicated relationship I have with James Coney Island, and they do have a pretty good Philly cheesesteak type item, which is just a regular hot dog bun with some little bit of cheesesteak on it and shit. And it's tasty, but I want to say they charge like $5 a pop for those. You can get maybe not now, but probably for $7 or $8 you can get a pretty nice sized full cheesesteak. So it's not worth a hot dog with a little bit of cheesesteak shit on it. You know what I mean? Well, this is probably the best recipe I've ever gotten off of YouTube. This is not where I got it from. This lady is using pepperoncinis, but it's called the Mississippi pot roast. You put that. You get a pot roast, you put it in the crock pot. This is a YouTuber named Emmy Made, if you're interested. I like her production, so I'm using her video. There's a lot of videos on this online, but let me see here. So you get this ranch and au juice, or au jus, or whatever it's called. I don't want to get too controversial. And you put that on there.
Gosh.
This is like a super easy thing to make.
Good.
But it's literally fantastic.
And then some pepperoncini peppers. These are
Now, the original recipe I used called for pepper rings, but a lot of people use the full pepperoncinis. I guess it doesn't really matter that much. I just find dealing with a whole pepperoncini to be kind of weird when I'm eating the food after it's cooked.
pepperoncini peppers. So they're pickled peppers. They're very mild, not too spicy at all. So you add half the brine.
Yeah, so you add like half the juice from the jar.
And the recipes vary in terms of how many peppers you want to add based on your own level.
Yeah, I use like
Some people
half the
add
jar, you know what I mean?
Some say to add 6. And I'm going to add, I don't know, I like spice. But I'm going to add And for the final touch, I'm going to add 1 stick of butter.
Then you just put like a stick of butter on top, and that's it. You don't add nothing
And
else.
you've got a lot of time. Put this on low for 8 to 10 hours. If you want to speed this up, we're going to put it on high for 5 to 6 hours. So I'm just going to let this go, and I'll see
If you're
you in a minute.
crock pot cooking, I would suggest always doing low. It always comes out better.
Alrighty, see you in a little
Especially
bit.
like those kind, like if you're roasting
Wow,
and
it's pretty.
doing some kind of
pretty
pot roast
interesting one.
type thing.
I think it's going to be good. Alrighty, see you in a bit. Alrighty, my lovelies, I am back with the Mississippi roast. So this has been itself.
Yeah, look at
And
that.
It smells great. Let me get a fork.
I mean, it falls right apart. It's got that
And let's go
beef
ahead and
fat
shred
flavor with that
this.
pepperoni
Shreds apart
juice.
very nicely.
It comes out very similar to a almost like an Italian beef. I haven't done it, but I feel like I could make an Italian beef sandwich
I'm just gonna
out of this shit.
So let's give this a taste. Okay.
Her stuff looks a little rougher. Like my shit when it comes out usually
Let's
just
have a
falls
bite
apart.
of the meat.
Yeah, that's pretty fall
Alright,
apart,
here we
you
go.
know.
My first taste of Mississippi pot roast. Itadakimasu.
And I'll just put like some mashed potatoes down, and I'll put some of this over the top of it, some of that beef with that
Very
juice,
tasty.
and
We
it's
have a packet of
really a flavor masterpiece. I don't know who came up with it. I'm guessing somebody in Mississippi. But you know, it's very easy to make. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It'll feed like, depending on what size of roast you get, of course, but it'll feed a lot of people. So, you know, try that out. That's something I'm going to make in the future. That actually look pretty good to me right now. So I'm going to try to get through the rest of the day without eating. That was day 24 update for you. I'll be back tomorrow. But, whatever.